So I'm putting a slip yoke eliminator on my TJ, and so I got to remove the transfer case. If I'm not going to film putting the slip yoke eliminator on, if you want to see a video, check out my previous video where I did it on my 96 XJ. There'll be a card for it up here somewhere. Same transfer case, same procedure. So without further ado, let's pull that transfer case off the TJ. All right, so the big difference when you're doing the taking the transfer case off is you have to keep the transmission supported. So I got the jack holding the thing. I had a block of wood on a jack holding up the pan and a jack stand holding up the transmission. After you remove the bolts holding the pan up, you just lower the pan with the jack. Why is this pan so heavy? It's almost as if they made it out of lead. This 2x6 block is a little too much for there. Let me clean all these tools I don't need out of the way, and then we'll get to taking the transfer case off. I think all I need is a 10mm socket. When I said 10mm, I lied. I meant to say 14mm. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, so I gotta undo this linkage here. There's a vent right there I gotta undo. And there's a clip here, and then one on the back side or front side for the speedo. And I think that should be all I have to take off. And then I gotta, this here is zip tied to the transfer case. I gotta clip that off. And I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm gonna try taking these nuts off. So we can do it from the top so you can see. Oh. Huh. I don't know. We'll just leave you out. Alright, so you probably can't see it, but there's 14mm right here. Grease covered, so it ought to come out easy. I left the nuts barely on the transfer case to kind of hold it to keep it from dropping. Let's crack it loose, and then we'll see if we can get a wobbly socket in there. Let's see. Oh, that's on there. That's on there. A shorter extension will probably be better. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I have a spare transfer case. It has 6 bolts. 3 on that side, 3 on this side. So this whole trunnion system's got to come off in order for this bracket to come out. I'm just going to yank it all out, and we're going to go with an ASSI shifter. Maybe a Novak cable. I always want to try Novak cables. But I've put on ASSI shifters before. They work great. Might as well dance with the one who brung you, I guess. It's not so bad. You take the bolts off and then you just slide it out of the way and dangle it there. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to leave it hang there. I'm going to get an ASSI shifter and we'll just see if how I feel when we're putting it back together. But it wasn't that difficult. Richard, you better get someplace warm. Those 4 transmission mount bolts, I think, should have to come out. Still has the blue Loctite on it. I don't think that thing's ever been out. All right. You can just slide it out of the way altogether. All right. Yep. Makes getting to that bolt easy. That one there, even easy. And there's one on the top. I'm gonna see how, let's get these out and then we'll deal with that. I left the nuts barely on the transfer case to kind of hold it to keep it from dropping. All right. I might have to get a transmission jack because this thing is heavy. That still feels like it's stuck on something. Double check and make sure I got all the bolts out. Ouch. I'm gonna get a transmission jack to help support this thing so I don't drop it. There you have it, transfer case, 6 bolts, unplug a few things and it comes right out. The little bit of oil that came out, or I should say the crap load of oil that came out from the at the end, that was transmission oil. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I think I might have a bad seal. I'm going to consult with my experts and let you know. For every part you plan to repair on your Jeep, plan to repair 3 more extra parts, because while I have the pan out, I think I'm going to put a new muffler on, and it just keeps going and going and going. This is never going to end. It's a Jeep thing. All right, so you got some time to kill. Check out my podcast, 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. Podcast for the off-road with short attention span. There'll be a card for it up here. Got some time to kill. Check out some of my other fine videos, like this one here is a good one. This one down here is a good one too. You'll enjoy it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and all that jazz. Got something to say? Leave a comment down below. I love interacting with everybody. And as always, thanks for watching.